The name is Bond. Peter Sellers Bond. Hello everyone and welcome back to Crown and Stem. My name is Dennis Callow. This is my channel about watches, and if you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing. If you just popped on this video, hi, how you doing? Welcome. This is going to be a very long video, or probably the longest I've made. It's taken about 2 weeks to get ready and to prepare, so I do want to jump right in, but before I do, I want to apologize. I'm kind of shocked that I'm apologizing this early on in the YouTube channel's inception, but I want to just say Longines. Longines all day. I apologize for calling it Longines in my last video. I was having a bit of fun and I got a lot of heat for it. And I'm going to say rightly so, because if I'm doing a channel about watches, I should be pronouncing every brand, especially a heritage brand like Longines, correctly. And I will assure everyone, I was just having a bit of fun. I had an ex that used to pronounce it like that. It was a funny thing that I thought I'd just do. And I assure everyone that I do know the correct pronunciation of the name of the brand. I even put a vintage Longines in my television show, The Trouble with Tessa, now available on Tubi and Screenbox and Amazon and Canopy. And I actually gifted that watch to the lead, Katrin, as a gift because they did an amazing job carrying that whole show on their shoulders. So I hope we can all be friends. I hope we could move on. And look, I'm probably never going to be able to live that one down. The internet is forever, and I said it, and I'm just going to have to deal with the comments on that video. So there's my punishment for life, for those of you who still refuse to forgive me. I want to go right into wristwatch check. Today, I am wearing my own build that is based sort of on the Omega Spectre watch from James Bond Spectre, and also I would say the 1957 Heritage Diver. I love this watch. This watch has been getting a ton of wrist time, and I am doing a sort of Bondian look today. Although I think that I am more of the Peter Sellers version of James Bond than anything. I've been obsessed with Daniel Craig era Bond lately. I don't know why. I've been watching so much of it. I became obsessed with the Spectre watch. I wanted to recreate it and I wanted to do my own build. I looked at the Spectre watch and the 1957 and I went on AliExpress and I sourced parts that really matched that style of watch. And what I found was a beautiful case, which has a double dome sapphire crystal and this really cool bezel that has a minutes and an hour marker, which I thought was awesome because that's not on either of these watches that it's based on. I thought it gave it a little bit of extra something to it that I could make it my own, you know? And then of course it has my logo on it, but I did choose the hands and the dial almost identical to those two Omegas. And I originally put it on a NATO strap, which I thought looked great, but I am just a steel bracelet guy. And I love the way this watch looks on the steel bracelet. I think it looks phenomenal. It does not have a display case on the back. It's 40 millimeters wide, which I think is really nice. I think it looks really good on my wrist. It literally, I can't tell the difference between that and like a 39 millimeter on my wrist. And I think for a diver, it looks awesome. It has a screw down crown. It also has a chapter ring inside, and it is 48 millimeter lug to lug, which oddly, it hugs my wrist really nicely. There's no overhang. It looks beautiful. Out of all the watches in my collection, I love this watch the most. And I don't think it's a honeymoon period because I've never reached for a watch this much even after I got it and had it for a week. I just love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It has a really good weight to it. And yeah, it's just a joy to have seen something and been like, I want that watch and I know I can't afford it, but I'm going to build my own. And that is the premise of today's video. So what I really love about this hobby is that it really has helped me work on my own level of patience and sort of pulling back from the instant gratification thing. You know, you have to wait for the parts and then you have to like slowly build it. You have to be very careful. You have to be very exact. And that is a skill that I think takes time. And I had to develop it and I had to learn just how to be patient and how to wait for the process to unfold. And another thing too is that as I get older, I think it's important for us to have hobbies. I think a lot of our hobbies become monetized, right? Like this channel is a hobby for me. It takes up a lot of time, but it is a hobby ultimately. But all my other hobbies kind of became careers. Photography, all that stuff is now like what I do for a living. I feel like having a hobby that's sacred, that's just for you, is wonderful. Also, as watch collectors, I think it's really cool because it develops your skill on how to work with a watch. So if you buy a watch and something's off, like maybe one of the indices fell off, right? You can now open up that watch and fix that. You can open it up and change the stem if you need to, or change out the crown, or, you know, clean it out if there's like dirt on the dial or something. And I think that it's a really cool hobby that can further your skills as a watch person and as a collector. So it's a very beneficial hobby for us as collectors, and it's also a very beneficial hobby for you as a person. Let's talk about your work area. I put some care and some thought into where I wanted it to be. It's my little sacred space. I usually keep it very quiet in there. That's part of the joy of the hobby, is finding a space in your house where it's your own and making it a comfortable space and a welcoming place for you. So you want to go there and you want to sit and you want to just like be with this watch and work on it. A work area is, I think, very sacred and very important. And the more you make it your own and the more you make it feel like you belong there, the more you're going to want to be there and the more you're going to want to build watches. Let's get into the watch build. I filmed this on a completely different camera. I did not have, I don't have macro lenses. I have macro lens attachments, but I didn't use like my fancy camera that I used to film myself with. I used an Osmo Pocket, but you get the idea. I think you could see everything. It looks pretty good. I tried to get everything in view. There are going to be some parts where I block the camera. I realized I should have had the camera in a different spot, but this was my first time actually filming a watch build, so it is what it is. I'm going for flexible perfectionism with this channel, so I don't get stuck in a loop of 4 weeks of working on something. I do make a mistake in this watch build, and I'm going to include it in here, and hopefully this will show you just how much fun it is and how gratifying it is. And I hope you enjoy it. So here it is. Without further ado, this is the watch build itself. So now we're going to start our build. We are going to begin with the dial and the movement. The movement is an NH38. I decided to go for the no date because I don't want to go state in this one. I want it to be just a no date movement. So we're going with the NH38. It's a really nice movement. It's very simple. It's less expensive than the NH35, and because this doesn't have a date window on it, we don't need a date, and I'd rather not have a ghost date on it. So what we're gonna do first is apply my logo. And I wanna make sure that everything is centered and correct. Looks good. I'm gonna drop it right there. Good. All right. We have the 12. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna press that down a bit. Plastic ones. There we go. All right, that should be good. Now let's peel it off. See what we got. This doesn't take very much to affix this to it, so that's good. Hopefully we're not peeling off any of the dial. No, we're not. There we go. That's pretty good, I think. Next thing we're gonna make sure the movement is pulled out, and we're gonna put our hands on. And I got these hands that look almost identical to the Spectre watch. I did not, however, get the Lollipop seconds hand. I want to make sure this is exactly on the 12. And we're going to use our pusher. I gotta take the glasses off for this one. Align that. My hands are in the way. We're gonna align this here. There we go. Now my hands are gonna block this, so that looks good. And now we're just gonna make sure it's directly on the 12. Perfect. Good. So as you can see, that's now on the 12. Now the big test is to run it around. Looks like it's doing good. We're getting around with no issues. Great. It's now on the 12 perfectly. Make sure it's in there. Yep. Good. Alright, our minute hand is attached. Okay, so now we're going to put our... We have our hour hand, now we're doing our minute hand. I think I said minute hand for that first one, and that's not correct. That's the hour hand. Alright, so now we're going to test this. Alright, looking good. Now my big test is the 6 o'clock. If we go all the way around and we go to the 6, we can see if it's aligned. So you want it to be dead center, and it looks like they are. It doesn't look like that there's anything off about that to me. Now, I'm going to try something new with this. I'm going to try a new tweezer, which I have, which sort of clamps down, it locks, and then that's how we're going to try to get the seconds hand off. I got a nice firm grip on it, which is nice, but now I've got to sort of get it down. Now you're probably not going to be able to see this. All right, we got it. We got it in one shot, and that was not... It's usually not that easy, so maybe you guys are my good luck charm. But let's see if it's ticking. Yep, there we go. We're moving. We got juice. There it is. We're going to turn this around. We're going to take out the stem, which is very easy. And then we're going to... There we go. We've got our almost complete watch. Now I'm just going to do a little inspection to make sure everything is lined up. I mean, those hands look beautiful. Nothing is bent. We are in great shape. So this is good. This is good. Now, we are going to start with our case. Right, okay. Sounds a little gritty. It's definitely not Omega quality, but... Okay, first we're going to put in our chapter ring. All right, make sure that fits. Oh, I lost a cot. Have I been doing this without... Oh my god! Guys, my middle finger has not had a cot on it the whole time. I probably just forgot. That's not good. Don't do that. All right, I'm going to put the chapter ring in first. Yeah, and then we're going to... I wouldn't recommend this, because you don't want to mess up the movement, but I'm just going to throw the movement in there. There we go. Look, it's your watch. You can do whatever you want with it, all right? And if you mess it up, you mess it up. That's the joy of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the stem out and put the stem in temporarily, just to get it held in place. There's our crown. We're just going to lock that in there. Okay, so what we need right now is our tool. As you can see, you can tighten the crown now very easily. Just temporarily, while we get our movement in there. Our movement will now be centered after we get this in. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we have the second plastic piece that goes in here. All right. We're going to put that in over the movement. And that just sort of snaps in place, I believe. You want to be really careful not to damage the movement and not to touch the movement at all during this process. Which it looks like I was just about to do. Don't do that. See, this is not quite fitting right. There we go. Okay, so that just snapped in. That's good. So let's see how we're looking. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Wait, that's really cool. Look at that. That kind of looks like the Spectre watch, I would say. Not bad at all, man. I mean, that's pretty good. Let's see if everything's moving correctly. Yeah, everything's moving good. We got to do the stem. We got to cut the stem. Everything's moving right. I mean, this is beautiful, man. Is everything lining up? Good. Everything's lining up at 12. When we click in, everything's good. All right. So now what we're going to do is the stem. We're going to measure the stem. The stem cutting is... It's really stressful. I will admit it. It's super, super duper stressful, but it is the most like satisfying part because you're kind of done after that. But there's a definite way to cut the stem, which is measure twice, cut once. So you want to be a little bit conservative on that first cut. You want to use these calipers and you're going to measure right between there. Okay, so 7.1 millimeters. So you're going to leave it like that. Got my handy dandy here. Just make a little mark with a marker. Right there. Okay. Now that's interesting. I think I screwed that up, which is good for you guys to see, because that's not what you want to do. You don't want to cut your stem too short, and I think that that's exactly what I did. I think I cut the stem way too short. But we're going to try it again. Yeah, I think I cut the stem way too short, so that sucks. But it happens. I have extra stems, thank goodness. Still too long. I think we got it, folks. Yep. We got it. Yes. Yes. So sometimes it just takes a try or two. We're just going to make doubly sure. So we're going to clean out, make sure there's no debris and everything. Make sure that this is pushed down. Okay. Now we're going to take this and just see if everything is good. So I can pull it out and set the time. Great. Push it in. And it screws down. And I don't think we have a gap. Nope, we have no gap. So we are good to go. So we're gonna put a tiny bit of oil right there just to make sure it's lubed up. Just a drop. Just a little drop. Right there. There we go. Man, what a good looking watch.
Oh yeah, that feels really nice. That feels much better than before. Yeah, it's coming off much better. Okay, so now we have to Loctite the crown. And this is a very easy process. Dab of Loctite right there. And then you're gonna take your stem and just roll it just ever so slightly in there. That might actually be a little too much, but I say too much Loctite is never enough. And now we're gonna get our crown on there. Again, I don't usually do it this way. I'm just doing this for the camera. There we go. I can see that there's some Loctite on there, which is good. And we're going to take this out. Now we want to dab off any excess that's on there so it doesn't get in your movement. Okay. And that's going to be on there for a while. That's not going to be coming off. Now, most people will tell you not to leave it in screwed down with the Loctite in there, but I honestly have never had an issue with it, you know, gluing onto itself. We're going to clean out our movement, make sure it's all nice and dust free. Before we put our back on and call it a day, we also need to lube up our O-ring. It's actually a gasket. It's not an O-ring. Get it nice and greasy. Okay. So I am going to actually use my tool here. I don't know if you could see this. There we go. You could use a rubber ball, but I do prefer the tool just to get it in the grooves right the first time. There we go. I can feel it. Yep. Oh, it's nice and tight. Okay, great. Oh, that's great. Okay, this is nice and tight. Now you want to make sure sometimes the gasket might be sticking out. If the gasket's sticking out of the bottom, then you got an issue and you got to redo it, but we're good. So this says 200 ATM water resistance. I don't know. I don't have a pressure tester. I'm sure it's fine. I like to clean off the back. When you're screwing in the case back, I suggest to put a piece of plastic over it. I didn't do that, but that's really good practice so you don't scratch the back. See? Like, so if you just put a little piece of plastic over it and then get in your grooves, you're not gonna screw up your back and get any scratches on it. But there it is. There's the watch. Man, that looks beautiful. Oh, that's the most satisfying part, is seeing it all put together. That's my own watch. That's my own diver. No one else has this one. I mean, I can make someone this one. Now this is my version of the Spectre watch. So now we are going to put a strap on it and see what it looks like with its strap on. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Oh, oh my god, that looks great. Oh, it looks so nice. Oh my gosh, that looks great. I'll do some wrist shots later. Oh man, that really does look like the Spectre watch to me. It has that vibe. It's not a one-to-one, but it's close. And I actually really like the hours and minutes on the bezel. I think that's really cool. That's great. Oh man, that's so cool. What an awesome little watch. All right, so that is a watch build. It's the most satisfying and gratifying thing I get to do as a watch person, and I hope you enjoyed it.
So folks, that's it. That's my love of watch building. I hope you try it. I hope that you do it. Are you interested in doing it? What do you think of my builds? What would you have done differently? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I hope you give it a shot. It is so much fun. You can do it with friends. You can have a party. You know, you have a watch building party, or you could just do it by yourself and enjoy it alone as a hobby in solitude. Away from everything but you and the watch. And I think that really truly is the ultimate thing for me, is that it's a moment to myself that I get to enjoy. And truly, I hope you enjoy it too. And I hope you give it a shot and you try it and you love it, and you're going to get super addicted to it like I am, because I'm already starting to think about my next watch build. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Crown and Stem. If you like the video, please please give a subscribe. It means a lot to the channel. It's growing every time I post a video. So thank you so much for being here. And I will see you on the next episode of Crown and Stem. Crown and Stem? What was that?